Hello friends, this video today is all about our gardening toolkit. As with any other hobbyist, most gardeners will have their favorite tools put in a toolkit which they use when they're planting or sowing seeds or generally tending to their garden. So what would you want to have in your gardening toolkit? Let's have a look and see what I have, and then I will share with you some of the suggestions our viewers, fans, participants on the website have shared with us. Okay, so on this table, this is the toolkit I use, and if you unbox it, you can see, I'm opening it now, what do I have in my toolkit. First things first, one of the most important things that we need, a pair of secateurs. This is a really good one which I found in the local nursery for only 15 dirhams, and it's sharp and it's very efficient and doesn't rust very easily. The next thing I have in my toolkit are wooden spoons. This is very useful while sowing seeds. Because I can write the name of the seed at the back or front or on the side, whatever, with a permanent marker, and I know what seed are sown in that particular flat or that particular tray. This is a green wire which we all use, and this is also key for tying up things, branches, securing our plants to some kind of support. Really important. This is the other one, the permanent marker I keep it in my handbag, in my toolkit, all over the place. I have different kinds of permanent markers. I use these to write names on those wooden spoons, on little packets of seeds, etc. This, I got this from Daiso. These are little packets, plastic packets with ziplocs, and you can see here you can write the name of the seed on it, and these are really useful separating out the seeds, and you can use them to store them separately so that you can share the seeds that you have. If you have it in a very large packet, ziploc packet, the problem is even if one seed is slightly damp, the whole batch can get spoiled. So I normally separate them out into several of these little packets, and then I can share them as well as use them whenever I want, so I can save the seeds from getting spoiled even if one seed is slightly wet. So that's the use of these little packets here. The other ones here, these are clips which I use to secure, say, things like tomato seedlings or tomato saplings. It locks like this, so I can secure the tomato saplings to the supports. Cotton, really useful when you want to get rid of things like mealybugs, because if you soak this in alcohol and wipe the tips of the plant with it which has been infested, normally you can get rid of the mealybugs pretty quickly. Okay, next, isopropyl alcohol, one of the best things that we have in our gardening toolkit. You can get a 40% solution as well as a 70% solution. I use both, whatever is available, and these are really good to get rid of aphids and mealybugs. Just mix them with mix it with water and spray. Gardening gloves, really cool. I got these off Amazon and they are very useful, but normally I prefer to work with my bare hands, but then lots of people like the gloves. If you're allergic particularly, these are really good. Rooting powder, this is useful for a number of reasons. One, I use it to kind of, when I have to root a cutting, I dip the end of it into this and then place it in the soil. I also use it to save the seeds, because if I kind of sprinkle the powder into the seeds and shake them up, they store a lot longer, and chances of fungal infections are dramatically reduced when you use the rooting powder. Of course, you can also use cinnamon powder instead. Large plastic packets. These are from IKEA, if you notice, and you can only write in the front of it where the IKEA thing is, otherwise a permanent marker will not write on it. And this is really useful again for larger seeds, ones which take more space. This is a really cool thing. I got it from the Daiso, and I use this to mix up large amounts of the homemade fertilizers, because things like fruit ferment and all need 20 ml per liter. So if I mix a large batch for the entire garden, I will need far more. So this goes up to about 250 ml. So now I can mix easily about about 10 liters at a stretch or 15 liters at a stretch. I can use this to mix depending on what I require. Measuring cups and spoons. I find these useful because I can use it to measure the different kinds of liquids or any kind of fertilizer into the mix, into the water or whatever it is. So I've got this bunch of measuring spoons in this. I can also use the smallest one to gather seeds and store them away. Twine. This is really useful again. The green twine is really great, but this is also very useful because this is jute and also extremely environmental friendly. So I can tie up the saplings, plants much more easily, and they kind of are not hurt because it's not sharp, it's soft. Small tiny spray bottle. I got this from Daiso, and I find this useful because I can spray my indoor plants, particularly the smaller ones. I can use this to spray the smaller plants, succulents, etc., which need very little or measured watering. This is another useful set. It's the set of 3 tools. I think most of us will have this in our toolkit, because this is really useful when you're doing the small jobs by yourself. The larger tools, of course, will not fit into this toolkit, but still this is very useful. And masking tape, very useful for writing names, for tagging stuff, because you can write on top of this and then tape things around. This is really great. It's also useful when you're doing any kind of grafting, air layering, all that kind of stuff. So it's useful to have a block of masking tape there. I also have this kit. This is a very useful kit because it's a grafting kit. You can see that it's quite windy out here today, and this grafting kit is useful when I want to, say, graft a plumeria or a hibiscus together. It's got all the things. This is also available off Amazon. This is the grafting tool. And finally, if you look at this is a strange thing, which was one of the suggestions that one of my readers had. I give credit to Bhuvna Raman for this, and she uses this as a hack, because it's a small wooden or a bamboo stake or a wooden stake, you can call it, and she uses this to make holes while planting seeds. So it's much easier to do so. Any small sapling, any tiny seeds, you can make holes easily with this and plant your seeds accordingly. Another reader has also kind of given a suggestion that she uses bamboo sticks and puts it in her toolkit, because she uses them in her indoor plants to reduce the chance of overwatering, because bamboo soaks up the extra water. And finally, I will show you, after we have got that toolkit, I have the other one which have all my seeds. Oh, sorry. You can see that it's quite windy and the packets are flying away. So I store my seeds, and you can see them written like this. Okay, so this is my seed box. It's got all my seeds, and I better go and now find a way to retrieve all those little packets. But thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you will have far more things to add to your toolkit, please feel free to share and let us know what else you would like in your gardening toolkit. Thank you.